don't forget to hit that bell below so that you can subscribe and receive notifications about my videos. Please also give a like, and if you can, please share. Hi CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to make a color pooling blanket with the Red Heart neon stripes. Okay, so a lot of you will know about this yarn. You can find it at Walmart, Michael's, all the places, but I'll put the more about it in the description box below. But it is called Red Heart neon stripes, and it is neon colors. It's absolutely gorgeous, and then it's got the black in between. So this is granny square color pooling, and this makes a very large blanket. Now you could make this smaller if you wanted to, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to make a blanket out of it. Okay, so if you want to finagle it in another way, then you can, but just that's what I'm going to do. So, and I am going to speak for a few minutes, so if you don't like that, look for the timestamps below and you can fast forward. But I do want to explain to you how this is done, okay? Because what you do is you start with a chain of a different color, okay? So you start, you know, and this is the color you would use for your border, or you could use this as well if you wanted to. You can use whatever you want, but basically I used another color. And you start with a chain, and then you come in and you bring in your colors and you work them down the chain. Okay, so that's how this is done, and it's in groups of 3, as you can see. So it's much different to the typical color pooling. But once you get into it, it is similar in the way that you don't want your colors to stack and things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a chain of 181. Okay, so that took a lot of math on my part, guys. But the 181 will fit a would fit a full size to queen size bed. Okay, so this is and it works up really quick, guys. So this is a great gift to give. You're starting to work on your winter projects and things of that nature. You have a birthday coming up. Kids would love these colors. But anyways, go ahead and chain 81, and I'm going to chain 81 to color, or you can use this yarn, whatever you want to do, and I'll meet you back in just a minute. Also, I do want to tell you, I got a little ahead of myself. For the materials, you are going to need, I'm using an 8mm hook, okay? That's what works best for this. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to use, an 8mm hook. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a darning needle, but that's going to mainly be for the end of your project. You're not having to change colors or anything. So, yeah. Okay, so I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so I've chained 181, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to tie off here, okay? But I want to make sure that I leave it loose, okay? Because we want to work in this. See, I'm going to undo that and make it looser because we're going to have to work in every stitch of this. Okay, so I'm going to pull through a little bit looser so you can see that. And then I'm just simply going to cut off, and then again, very easily, I'm going to pull this through. I'm going to hold my thumb right over this one to keep it open. And then I'm just going to tighten that right there. Because like I said, we want to work in every one of these stitches. So we don't want to lose this first stitch, okay? Okay, so we've got our chain of 181. And we're going to start right here in this first stitch, right here. And we're going to bring in first, we're going to start with our black, okay? Now, I don't know what color you're starting with. If you want to start with a different color, that's fine. I'm just showing you what to do, so I'm going to show you how I'm starting with mine. So I'm starting with the black. And what I'm going to do is we only need, and I want to show you right here on the blanket, to start it, you only need 3 of the first color. So we're starting off with 3 of these 3 double crochets, and then we go into 6 of each color, okay? So what you're going to do to make sure that you get the 3 is you're going to take this black, this first that you pull out of black, and you're going to take it in half, okay? And I'm going to cut at the halfway mark, okay? So And that way, because we're only starting with 3, not 6, and basically each one of these makes 6, okay? So I've cut that. And now we're going to start right here in this first stitch, and you're going to bring in your black yarn, and you're going to want 3 sets of these double crochets. So I'm going to bring in the color, and this first row is the hardest, and then it gets really, really easy, okay? So you bring in the black, and you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to put 2 more double crochets here. Okay, then you're going to skip 2, you're going to skip 2, and you're going to go into that next stitch, and you're going to put 3 double crochets. And then you're going to skip 2 again, and you're going to go into your next stitch and put 3 double crochets. And as you can see, right when we were finishing, we started to change colors, and that's fine, okay? That's okay if there's a little bit of pink here, it doesn't matter. You just basically want to see the black here in the front. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's up here on the top or on the side here if it changes colors, as long as you can see it in the front, because that's going to show that your color is changing, okay? So now we're into our pink, and we're going to skip 2 again, and now we need 6 of these, okay, sets of 3 double crochets. So go into your next stitch and put 3 double crochets. Okay, now you started with the black, right? So you want to end with the black. So you started with 3 of these sets of double crochets in the beginning, and you're going to stop with 3 of the same color, okay? So we're going to work through all of our colors now, skipping 2 in between, and then doing the 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and then 3. And, you know, you might have to change your tension a little bit as you get close, but I found with this 8mm hook that it works pretty good. You know, it pretty much does the 6 that you need it to do. 1, 2, and 3. And then skip 2 again. 1 and 2. And do 3 double crochets again. 1, 2, and 3. And skip 2 again, go into the third. Do 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2 again, go into the third. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means that I need to loosen up my tension, okay? Because I still have quite a bit of the pink left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back a couple here, and I'm going to loosen up my tension quite a bit, so that I can get to the very end. And this is what I was talking about. You might have to change your tension up. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now we're at the black. Okay, so now you need the same with the black that you need with the other colors. All right, so just like I've been doing, I'm going to skip 2, and now I'm going to go into my black, and I need 6 of these. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, skip 2, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's see how many we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have one more set that we need to do. So skip 2 again. 1, 2, and 3. And again, I need to loosen up a little bit more because it's not quite at where I want it to be for the purple, okay, to come in. So I'm just gonna undo a little bit and I'm gonna loosen up quite a bit. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and that put me right at the purple where I want to be. All right, so far this is what it looks like. We've got our 3, we've got our 6, we've got our 6, and now we're moving into our purple color. So now again, for the purple, we need 6. So I'm going to skip 2, go into my next stitch, and I'm going to work into my purple, and I'm going to do the 3 double crochets, and I'm going to skip 2 in between. 1, 2, 3. Skipping 2. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2. 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's make sure we have our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that one ended right where we wanted it to. And now we're in our black again. So I hope you can see how to do this. You know, the thing is that you're including the black in here. So once you work through your full color sequence, okay, so the color sequence will be black, pink, black, purple, black, I think the next color is blue. So you just keep working through your whole color sequence until you get to the end. And after your last color and you get the black, I'm going to meet you back up again. Okay. So I want you to work through all your colors, doing exactly what we're just doing now. And then I'll see you in just a minute. So I finished going through my whole color sequence except for the last 3 blacks. So I want to show you real quick what it would look like. Just like I said before, and I hate to be repetitive, but please keep this in mind that your colors may be at a different place than mine if it's different in your scheme, okay? So you might start off with an orange or a purple or a blue. Just don't worry about it. Just make sure you go through all your colors, okay? So we started with the 3 blacks. We went into the pinks. Remember, we did 6 of those. Then we went to black again. Then we went to purple. Then black again. Then blue. Then black again. Then green. Then black again. And then we went into the orange. And now our last 3 are going to be black, okay? So what you're gonna do is just like you did in the beginning, you're gonna skip 2, go into your 3rd and do 3 double crochets, okay? So 1, 2, and 3. And then you'll skip 2 again and go into your next and do 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. And then you'll skip 2, and then this should be your last stitch, but I evidently got off count somehow. If this happens to you, don't worry, just do the 3, because that is a lot of chaining to do at the beginning. So it should be 181 chains, but if for some reason you got off or you went into, I don't know, hearing your first thing, don't worry about it. Just do the 3 that you need to do, and then you can just undo this later, okay? It's not a big deal. Just like with other color pulling, don't worry, just make sure you get the numbers that you need, okay? So I wanted you to have a base to start out with, and hopefully if you did it better than me, then you will end up with, on your last one. But if not, like I said, it's no big deal. Just make sure that you have 3 of these blacks here at the end, okay? So again, let's do the 3 right here, and these will be our last ones. Just like that. Okay, and so we finished going through our whole color sequence for our first row. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to, and we're just going to ignore these little extra ones we have, we can undo later and sew them in. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3 and you're going to turn your work, okay? And now we see the 3 sets of double crochets that we did before of the black color, okay? So now what you're going to do is you've got this chain of 3 right here. So you're going to jump into this first space and you're going to put 3 double crochets. But here's the thing, you want to continue on to get your 6 now. So we've got 1, 2, 3 here. So we want to do 3 on the top to get 6, okay? But we have this chain of 3 here, so we're going to go into our next space and we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1, go into your next space and do 3, 2, and 3. And then you're going to go into your next space and do 3, which will count as your 6, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this last one we're going to do is 6. So just remember that when you're doing your turns. Okay, so I'm getting to my pink too quickly. You see that? So I'm going to undo a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit tighter so that I can get right to that pink the way I want it to. Okay, so I'm just going to go right into here. Just work a little bit tighter. 1. It's not going to work for me. I'm going to have to go back a little bit further. And this is just what you're going to have to do sometimes. Sometimes they'll end perfectly. So 3, and then this will be our last one. Hopefully I can get it tight enough. Okay. It's okay that it's starting to change colors there on the side. That's fine. So now we have our 6. Okay. So like I said, down at the bottom, 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going into our other pink color. And so now we need the 6 of those. So we're working on top of the pink now, which is fine. So now we're going to do 6. 1, 2, 3, and then skip to your next. 1, 2, and 3. And remember, as far as the pattern goes, you do want to make sure that they don't stack. But here in the beginning, when you do your first row and your second row, it's really not going to make a lot of sense. It's when you get into the third row, because every other row is what you're looking at for color pulling, okay? So basically, your for instance, here we've got green, we've got purple, we've got green. So you're looking at where this green up here is going to fall. You see how it falls right before this one? You don't want them stacking on top of each other, okay? So it's the same with the granny square color pulling as it is with the other, and as far as this goes, okay? But you're still wanting to get your 6. So we're going to keep doing this. Two and 3. Okay, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can see it started to change colors right here on the side. No big deal, that's fine. We've got the 6 that we need, okay? And now we're going into black again. So basically you're just doing the same thing that you did before. You're doing your 6s all across here. And then I'm going to show you, once we get closer to the end here, I'm going to meet you back up, and I'm going to show you again what we do at the end and how to turn your work, okay? And so I'll see you in just a minute. So now we've worked through all of our colors again, going down the other way, and now we're ending on our black again. But remember, as you go, you're going to start not ending on the black for each side. You're going to start changing into some other color slowly but surely, okay? So like here, we did a couple rows where it's black, okay? So we started with the 3, and then we turned, and then we went back, and then we came up, and you see you get less and less until you're starting with another color on your end. And now you're starting with the orange, and it'll go that way pretty much probably till you get through all the colors, okay? So what's gonna happen here now is we're at the very end. We've got these 3 blacks from before. And so now we're going to go right into our next stitch and work our 3 double crochets just like we would normally do. 1, 2, and then 3. And then go into our next stitch and work 1, 2, and 3. But as you can see now for this row, when you go to the end, you don't have anything to work into, okay? So you just need to put a double crochet on the end here. So this is for every row. If any row you get to the end of, and that's gonna happen, I think like every other row, you're gonna get to the end, and right here, there's not gonna be anything to work into. Just know that you need to put a double crochet on the top of the last one, okay? So right here in the top of this the third chain up of your last double crochet here, you're going to put 1 double crochet, okay? So that means right now you've got 2 sets of the black for the 3 double crochets, okay? And then you put a double crochet right here in the end, and then you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to turn your work, okay? And then when you turn your work, you're going to have a space now to work into right here. So as before, we had to go into the next one. Here we have one right here. So we've got this chain of 3 here, which is going to count as our first double crochet, and you're going to go right into that space and work 2 more double crochets. Okay, so that's our 3. So before we had 2, 1 and 2, and right there's our 3. So we need a total of 6. So working back this way, you're going to make sure that you get your 6. So go into the next and do a set of 3. And then skip your next set and go into the space right here and do another set of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, So counting the ones from the row before, 1, 2, and then this one, 3, and then this one, 4, and this one, 5. That means we need one more set of the 3 double crochets, okay? So we're gonna go right into this next space and work 3 double crochets. 1, and see it's too loose. I need 3 of those, and I don't wanna get into my pink. So I'm gonna go back a little bit and tighten up. So right here, I'm just gonna start making it tighter. 1, 2, and it's okay if it changes as you go, but you do want that black, okay? So now we have the 6 of those, and as you can see, we are moving over the way we need to. We're not stacking. So this is what I told you about on this 3rd row you're going to be able to see, okay? So right here you see the pink starts here, and we're really gonna start our pink over here. We have a little bit here, but it's no big deal. So as you can see, the pink is here and we're starting over here. So that's what we want. We just don't want our colors to stack on the every other row, okay? So we're gonna go into our next place, working with the pink, and do 3 double crochets, and go into the next and work 3 double crochets. So you need 6 of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 1 more. And you see even here, we're not stacking on this side either, okay? So we've got, it's shifting this way and shifting that way, you see? So we're going in and going in, okay? Going out rather. 1. Okay, so I need to tighten that up just a little bit. I'm gonna go back. Okay, and now we have our 6, and they're not stacking. That's the key. We have 1 over here with the black on top, 1 over here. So I hope that makes sense to you. If you've never color pulled before, it might seem a little weird, but just follow exactly what I'm doing and it'll turn out lovely, okay? So now we're working into our black, and we're going to do 6 of those. So 1, 2, 3, and then skip, go into the next. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you're just going to keep doing that all the way down. I'm going to do this last row because I want to show you what it looks like. So we're going to do this last row. I'm going to finish it off off camera, but then I'm going to come back to the end again and show you the ends, because that's really the most the part that's the little little tricky. So I'm going to do the end with 1 more row with you, show you what it looks like, and then we'll be done with this. So give me just a second. Okay, so now we're ending here our 3rd row, and I wanted to show you again, and of course we're still in the black, so, and I'm sorry, I know that might be hard to see, but as you can tell, we've gone through all the colors here. It is not stacking, so that's a good thing. But I did want to tell you, because you might be saying, okay, well, what if it does stack, or what if it's happening to me? So if that happens to you and you see that your colors are not shifting on this 3rd row the way that they're supposed to, then you either need to loosen or tighten your tension, okay? But the way that this has worked with the granny squares, it's different than your typical color pooling. So I really don't think you're going to have an issue with that at all. But if you do, just look at your color sequence, make sure that it's correct, and then make sure that your tension is tighter or looser depending on what you need to get it to not to stack. But I think you should be fine, okay? So again, we're rounding a corner here, And we're working into our black, so we're going to skip this set here just like we've been doing, go into our little space, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. And then right here, we actually have a space to work into, so we're gonna skip this set right here, go into this last one and work 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. And then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to turn your work. And when you turn your work this time, you're going to do like we did in the first row, which is where we are going to skip this set right here and work into this space here. So we'll go right into this space and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. But let's see, how many do we have before? We have 2. 1, 2. So to get the total of 6 that we need, we just did 1, so that's 3. So we need 3 more, okay? So we did 1, 2, and then 3. So here's the 4th set. The 5th set. And the 6th. And here it is. It's not getting the way I want it to. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to tighten up a little bit. Okay, so normally you would want to go back and tighten that up a little more, not put that there, but for the sake of the video and it being so long, I'm going to just stop there. But so basically right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to go into our pink. And as you can see, it's again shifting the way we need it to, because now we're looking at this row with the first row, with this row down here. Okay, so we're wanting to make, or this row right here. So we're wanting to make sure that it's shifting the way we want it to shift, and it is. Okay, so just keep doing it. Don't give up, because it absolutely turns out beautiful. If you have any questions, or you're having a hard time or anything, don't hesitate to find me and ask me. I'll be more than happy to help. Color pulling can be quite difficult. I think that this is probably the easiest way of color pulling that there is the granny square. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Gmail, and of course you can ask right here on YouTube. All of that is in the description box below, along with all your materials. So yeah, just don't hesitate to ask. Don't hesitate also to send me pictures of what you end up with, because I would love to see. This is, like I said in the beginning, the neon stripes with red heart, but they also do other colors with the stripes, so you could try other ones. That might be difficult though if you're totally brand new at color pulling, because you might want to use the exact same colors that I'm using. It helps when you first start with color pulling, but if you feel comfortable with it and you want to, like I said, they have all kinds of different colors within the stripes, if that makes sense. So this is neon, so then they have other ones. Okay, so you can use that. And then Karen Simply Soft has the stripes as well, and this pattern can be used for that also. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in a video soon, and I hope you're doing great. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.